This case hits hard. A mother of 4, just doing her job, gone in an instant because of 2 kids who thought throwing a log was a game. Victoria Schaefer's story is a gut punch, and as we dive into this tragedy, you'll see how one reckless moment shattered so many lives.
4 kids without a mom, husband without a wife. Grow up. It's time to grow up right now.
Meet 17-year-old Jordan Buckley, a teenage killer who thought he could get away with taking the life of an innocent woman. But his plan is about to go up in flames, all because of one phone call.
Jordan Buckley apparently was one of the 2 boys at the park who partook in the branch falling down and hitting the Schaefer.
Now, as he tries to lie his way out,
I don't know what happened, Chris, and I've had to live with this for almost a month.
Jordan will realize that neither he nor his partner in crime can escape the law.
It's nothing away from me. You can't take him to jail. There's bad people there.
A woman lost her life and you knew it.
On September 2nd, 2019, dispatch in Hocking County, Ohio received a distressing 911 call from one of the most peaceful places in the county, Hocking Hills State Park.
911, where is your emergency?
Okay, well, Hocking Hills, and he was screaming, the homeless lady, if you got this.
Okay, take a breath. You're at Old Man's Cave?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened?
I threw my phone.
No words could truly describe the scene. In beautiful Hocking Hills State Park, 46-year-old photographer and mother of 4, Victoria Schaefer, was eagerly taking senior pictures for some local students. When she sat down on the steps of Old Man's Cave, she was suddenly crushed by a 74-pound, 6-foot-long tree limb that came crashing from above. She was killed instantly, and immediately, law enforcement knew it was no accident. It was clear to them that someone had thrown the log from one of the upper trails. But they didn't find out who until they got an unexpected call from a student pointing them in the right direction.
The girl at the bus with Bailey, her now ex-boyfriend, Jordan Buckley apparently was one of the 2 boys at the park who partook in the branch falling down and hitting the
Sheriff's Department. Because both of the boys are minors, they are legally allowed to have their parents present for their interrogation. Jaden is joined by his mother. Unfortunately, her jokes fall about as flat as her son's lies are about to.
Let me set it in for 2 hours. I'm ready to go bonkers.
Mom, how do you set that seat? Do you know how we set that seat?
I'm Troy Devin, I'm your investigator for review.
Hi, I'm Tammy.
Tammy, I'm Dustin. I'm the sheriff's office.
Jaden.
What is it? Jaden. I'm Dustin. The investigators.
I was in a good mood when I got here. I sat in here for 2 hours.
Yeah, we're sorry.
No, you're in there.
Are you kidding me? I've been sitting here for 2 hours waiting on you guys.
Oh, we were busy doing something.
I know.
So, yeah. So
I gotta
if
be at work in
if
15
I do
minutes.
that, okay, we're good. Cool. Okay, we're good.
Good for what?
Good talk.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was making sure. So, Mom, what was your name, Tammy?
Yeah, my name's Tammy.
T-A-M-M-Y.
M-Y. You're from the Hocking County Sheriff's Office. You know my guy Donnie there, probably. Donnie Carter.
I do.
Yeah.
Was that?
That's my man.
Oh, yeah, I know Don very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been together for years. Yeah, he would have been here if I knew it was going to take 2 hours to talk to you.
Little does she know, the only reason it took 2 hours was because police were questioning her son's friend, Jordan Buckley, and the things he had to say would probably make her do worse than ask for a manager.
What happened to the officer, the guy that I was supposed to talk to?
Officer Cable?
No.
The other officer.
Sean, Captain Johnson.
Yeah, where'd he go?
He's in another room. He's in another room.
Oh, he's like, well, I need to speak with you and Jaden. And then I'm like, where's he at?
Oh, no, he's
He
in
never
another
said
room
that we were talking to you guys. He said we were talking to him.
We're his guys.
You are his guys?
We are
You're a
his
sheriff
guys.
department guys. He's like a forest ranger guy.
Yeah. So what we do when there is a investigation involving different jurisdictions,
Uh-huh.
we form a partnership and we actually work together.
Okay.
So we work together all the time.
Got you.
You got me now?
Yeah.
All right.
Who can't hear us? Are we getting recorded or something?
Well, everything we do is audio.
Oh,
video
then I can
recorded.
record it too then, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Getting the kids lunch. I'll be right back. Jaden, they're out of chicken sandwiches. Would you like something else? No, just take it. Every time he eats lunch here, they're out of everything. You can come with me. I'll feed you something good. Thank you. Out of cheese sauce, out of hamburgers. It never gets a piece of milk here.
I'm not so sure they'll be able to get something better in juvie, but at this point, that seems completely lost on Jaden and his mother. Detectives read Jaden his rights, then begin the interrogation in earnest.
What do you like doing?
Riding my bike. Right in town. I usually go to Lancaster Skate Park.
Go where?
Lancaster Skate Park.
Okay.
The BMX place right beside the pool.
I'd say I don't work for the natural resources. Like going out to hiking and do anything.
I mean, I like to hunt. I like to duck hunt and that stuff, but hiking, I don't really like walking a lot, so I just ride my bike a lot and stay in town with my friends.
Who's your friends?
Johnny, Cole, Garrett. Just a lot of football players.
You used to play football?
I've played every sport.
Ran track?
Yep. I tried to run track one year and then I got all my stuff and I didn't have to write GPA for it, so I wasn't allowed.
You played football this year? Did you play last year?
No, I quit sports a couple years back, but
How about say Johnny and Cole? Who else?
Garrett.
About Jordan.
Jordan? Mm-hmm. He's my friend. Which Jordan though? I know a lot of Jordans.
Jordan. Buckler.
I mean, he's a great under me and I hung out with him before. He rides scooters with me sometimes.
What about Miranda?
Miranda? I know her.
Asia?
Yes, I know her too.
What's your last name?
I don't know like that.
You just know who they are.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I don't know their last name or anything. I just know who they are. Because I've hung out with them before.
Jaden may be trying to distance himself from Jordan, but Jordan certainly didn't hesitate when police asked him for Jaden's last name.
Well, so that day, me and my friends, I don't know if you guys want me to give you their names or not.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really matter. Jaden Churches was with me.
We've been beating around the bush, and I'm just going to get straight to it. There was an incident at Hocking State Park. I know that you was there on September 2nd. All right?
Yes, I was there.
Okay. Tell me about that day.
We pulled up and we were about to go hike and go down and look around. And then some dude comes running past. And he's like, somebody just got hit with something. And we think she's dead. So we're like, what? And we turn around and we leave because we don't even want to go down there and see it or anything. And then once we're walking out, there's like ambulances pulling up and all this. And we just, the Miranda and the AJ and the Blue.
How'd you guys get there?
Miranda.
Miranda drew for a red card?
Yes.
For a silver card?
What'd you do that day? How long was you there?
We was there not that long. We was just about to walk down the stairs when the guy came up out of the stairs and ran past us.
What did the guy look like?
Some darker dude.
Darker dude.
I don't know how to really explain how someone looks. He just,
Why was he running?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Why was he running? Because I just told you he was running up the stairs, and when we was about to walk down there, he was like, some girl just got hit by a branch, and we think she's dead. So we turned around and we left.
So you pulled in, got out of the car, just walked over there, and this guy come running up. You guys just turned around and walked off.
Well, we went down in there a little bit and looked to see if we could see anything, but it was like deep down in there, so we didn't go all the way down in there. And then we just come back, and the EMS passed us and we.
Did you hear what happened?
By the dude that ran past us, coming up the stairs.
Anything else? I mean, later on?
No.
Nothing at all.
I don't know what else am I supposed to know about it.
The truth. I'm gonna tell you something. I've been here 22 years, okay? I've been investigating for 10. Okay? He's a lieutenant for the sheriff's office, okay? Before we come in here, we already have all the answers. Might be one or two that we don't know. We've already talked to people.
Okay.
I know about your Instagram. We got intel. A lot of things. A lot of serious accusations been brought against you. And this is the time to tell the truth. To help yourself. Because right now, it's really serious. Really, really serious. And you need to be honest and upfront. So we know a lot more than what you think. Alright?
And you need to talk to me, sir, in private.
Was this an accident?
Because he's underage. He's underage,
We can
and it
talk.
sounds like you know exactly what happened. So maybe
Yes,
you should go tell me exactly what happened, and then I will talk to him. Because I don't like you saying that you knew what happened,
Yes, ma'am.
and
We do know what happened.
okay, then you know who did it and what happened. So
Yes.
good, then we'll go in the other room, and you can tell me if he
That's not-
participated in
This
this.
is not how
and
this is going to work.
it's not.
No. Not at all. Your son did something that resulted in the death of a lady.
No,
Yes, ma'am.
no.
Now you proved that beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Then somebody ought to be proving it to me before they're saying something like that to him, because that is very upsetting
What
to
we
me.
want to know, was this an accident? There's always two sides of
I'm
every
not
story.
liking this.
I don't like this from day one.
I don't like it either.
Neither does the family of the lady that.
Excuse me, I know that. I have felt very bad about that. That is sickening to me. And I have even said this is a horrible thing, but for you to sit here and say that he had something to do with this?
And we already do know that. That's beyond a shadow of doubt. The other thing we want to know, was this an accident? Was this something you weren't meaning to happen? Things happen for who knows why things happen? I can't answer this. But I want to know, was this an accident? Or is this something that you meant to do? Because that's a big difference. If this is an accident, or you weren't trying to do this, is one thing.
I didn't do it.
Watching Jaden's interrogation is chilling. His lies, his mother's denial, it's like they're dodging the weight of what happened. Victoria's family is grieving, and these kids are playing games with the truth. How do you justify that? The law doesn't care about your age when someone's life is taken.
Because just a few hours earlier, Jordan tried to use the exact same fake story. That is, until he realized that his freedom might be worth throwing his friend under the bus.
So, obviously, you're ready to start rambling. Let us talk. You want to hear? Well, we want to listen. So, spill it.
Well, so that day, me and my friends, I don't know if you guys want me to give you their names or not.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really matter. Jaden Churches was with me. Miranda and AJ. I don't know AJ's last name.
So it was Jaden?
Yeah.
Churches?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you three was there. Anybody else?
No.
Any family?
No. It was just us. We were just walking around, bored. So we were like, let's go on a hike. And we just went on a hike.
Where'd you hike at?
Well, first we started going down. We went like down. I don't know his name. You know when you go down, you cross the bridge, and you go up.
So you was at Old Man's Gate?
Yeah, we were at Old Man's Gate. That's where we went. And then when we went there, nothing was happening. But we went up, like on the back side of the hill, and then we came back because some guy told us that some woman got smashed by a branch. So we turned around and we went down towards the bottom part. And then we came back up, and there was a bunch of like Like EMS people running past us and sirens and everything.
Really?
Yeah, so we just left.
Alright, so Jordan, I want you to be honest with me, okay?
Yeah.
Detective Robertson, you've been doing this a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this for a long time. I've worked for the state for 22 years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Before we come in here, we've already got our answers.
Mm-hmm.
We ask a series of questions that we have answers to.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? So, this is the time to come clean because there's some allegations been brought against you.
What were they?
Well, you was there. You confirmed that you was there.
Yeah.
We knew that you was there. So, there's more to this story. Tell us about the branch being up on top.
Well, but I didn't do anything. Like, I just don't like snitching on people. That's the problem.
This is the time.
I know,
This is not about snitching. This is about telling the truth. And telling the truth gets you farther than not telling the truth.
So, me and Jaden walked all the way farther down, like clear to the end, not where the battle bridge is. This guy did say that to us, but we did end up going back down. But I skipped a part of what we did. We walked all the way down to the end of this, and Jaden kicked off a branch. Not a branch, it was a log. It was a big log, like, alright, this wide, this long, and he kicked it, and it rolled off the cliff, and it made a loud bang, so we ran. And we ran into Miranda and AJ. They had no idea. We didn't tell them when this happened.
That log?
Yeah, it's that log.
That log.
Mm-hmm. He just kicked it. He didn't pick it up, push it, or anything. He just kicked it.
How big was it?
Like this big, probably this wide.
Where did he kick it from?
It was like on over a clear part, like the far back part, and it was on this part. It was, and then here's the cliff. It was like right here.
How far away from it was it?
Probably about from like right there to right here, and it like rolled down the hill. I don't know if I wasn't like paying attention to what he was doing, so I don't know if he intentionally kicked it or if he like stumbled on it.
Did he pick it up first and carry it?
No, he didn't pick it up at all. Not that I saw.
How did he get on the other side of the tree?
I have no idea.
Jordan will eventually have no choice but to explain how the log got on the other side of the tree. You can only weave a tale with so many lies before you trip yourself up in them. Moving forward, you'll hear detectives repeatedly refer to a pact the boys made. That pact was to stick to the first story they told, that they simply showed up after the log had already fallen. It takes each boy less than 20 minutes to decide that pact isn't worth the screens it was typed on.
So tell me what happened, step by step.
Like, basically what I was saying. When we walked up by the stairs, I'm not going to say names because
You have to say names.
Jordan walks, like, we were walking, and then there was this log, and he kicks it, and it starts to slide.
Okay. So you're saying Jordan kicked it?
And then it slid, and then we left.
Okay.
Did you touch this log? Because here's the thing.
What was that again?
Said, did you touch the log? Because we talked to Jordan, Miranda, and AJ. They all said you're the one that did it.
I grabbed the log.
Okay, so you touched the log.
I touched it, but I did not kick it off or throw it off.
Then what happened to it? How did that smash lady?
It got kicked off the edge.
Who kicked it?
Jordan.
Jordan kicked it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Because
sir.
We talked to Miranda.
I know this.
AJ.
I know this.
I know about your pact with Jordan. You guys already had this rehearsed. It took him about 30 seconds to break down. Same thing with Miranda and AJ. They're pissed. They didn't want anything to do with this.
I get this.
We know where they were standing.
We got to be completely honest with ourselves and others here. You touched it.
Yes.
When did you touch it?
When?
Yes.
Before it fell off.
Before Or it fell off. Yeah. How did it start sliding?
Jordan kicked.
Which one was Jordan? That's Jordan. So Jordan's the one that kicked it? And it slid down like this at that same angle.
Kicked like the corner of it. Yes, that's how it went off.
So I just want to make sure I understand. This is the log. This is the log. You flipped it over. And after you flipped it over, you didn't touch it. Is what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I remember.
And this is Jordan. This is you. This is Miranda and AJ. And Jordan.
I was standing like right behind a tree.
Do you know what's down here? No. Do you know where you were at? You're at the Hocking State Park, but do you know what specific part of the park you were at? Old Man's Cave. That's where the 3.5 million visitors every year come out to see Old Man's Cave, Hocking Hills, right? So directly underneath here, do you know what that is? That's the actual Old Man's Cave. You're on top of the actual part of Old Man's Cave with heavy cuts. What do you think's down there? People, people. If something would fall off, what do you think would happen to the person? Pass. I'm sorry? They would pass. You mean pass? Die? They would die.
Now, draw is a complete lie. The pile of wood that the log was taken from was 40 feet away from the edge of the cliff on a flat path. The way the trees were staggered along the cliffside would have made it impossible for the log to be kicked laterally down the slope. It would have had to have been picked up. But by which teenager?
The log was right here, and he kicked it, and it went down.
And it rolled this way?
Yeah, it rolled that way.
That's impossible. That's going back uphill.
I thought you were saying this is where the cliff is.
This is the cliff edge right here. Stairs are down here. This is your cliff's edge. There's trees.
Yeah, so it is. Okay, so
These are standing trees.
Let me do a different page. I messed it up. So if this is the cliff's edge, there'd be a tree right here, and there'd be a tree right here. And the log was in between the trees when he kicked it, and it just rolled down.
Okay. So these are two big trees right here.
No, those two big trees are laying down.
They're laying on the ground. These logs was over here.
On the ground.
So if he kicked it, it's going to hit this tree.
I didn't even know there was trees on the ground.
Did you guys pick it up and carry it across?
I
Did you
didn't
guys
pick it
jack
up.
it around?
I didn't pick it up, and I didn't see him pick it up. As far as he told me he kicked it.
Where was you at when he? What was you doing when he was?
I was messing around. I was behind him, because before that we were like standing on branches and like hanging on them, but they were farther back. I wasn't near the cliff when I was doing that, and I was just like bouncing on them. And because before that there was this branch that came off, and I hung on it over this like bridge thing, and it bounced me up. But it didn't fall off, so it was fine. And then I walked back over, and I just kept doing that because I was forward. And then I heard a loud bang, and he started running, so I ran with him, and he told me he kicked the log off.
Okay. Hear any screaming?
I didn't hear any screaming, and then when we ran back, we turned around, and that guy came up to us and said that to us. The black dude.
Okay, the black guy came up and said.
He said not to go that way.
Okay, so before you guys kicked the log off, was you guys throwing rocks and sticks and everything?
No, never threw anything.
Wasn't kicking anything off? Nobody yelling?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100% sure.
Was you throwing stuff prior before you threw that log over?
Huh?
Was you throwing anything over? Like sticks or branches? Did you hear people doing that? Didn't hear nothing. All those people. You didn't hear anybody. Didn't hear anybody yelling at you to stop throwing the branches over.
That's true, because I didn't throw no branch over.
Throw rock.
Yes, sir. I just told you I did not throw anything.
According to reports and witness statements, both boys were intoxicated as they embarked on their hike. It's been stated that rocks and sticks were being thrown, and that in general, the group was acting rowdy and drawing attention to themselves. That, of course, makes it much harder to get away with killing an innocent lady.
Some kind of tough treatment. This is very serious. Okay? I know. Right. I know you're scared. The best thing for you to do is tell the truth. Okay? Yes.
Maybe all we do is ask him for the truth.
I know, but I don't want him to sit and say,
I'm literally
it's the
telling
law.
you the truth right now. Like, I've done told you the truth.
I'm not
Everyone
protecting him.
Everyone
I
else is telling us
Sorry, man.
you're the one that kicked the tree over. You're the one that did it.
Okay, I did not kick it off.
Did you throw it off?
No, sir.
The detectives aren't buying it, and neither should we. That log didn't just roll, it was thrown. The evidence screams intent, and it's infuriating to hear Jaden and Jordan point fingers. They knew people were below. This wasn't an accident, it was a choice.
His mother is trying to paint them. As you'll see later, Jaden has a very close relationship with the school resource officer, who makes a reference to knowing when he's lying. In court, Victoria's husband actually made a statement regarding rumors about both of the suspects.
When they were caught, the information we received about these teenagers was very disturbing, such as they showed no remorse at all. They were selling drugs at the high school bathroom and thought they might have been arrested for that. They were members of a gang, and even that they were bragging about what they did, and they had no intention of ever coming forward.
While we can't validate anything else that Victoria Schaefer's husband claimed, it was widely circulated in the media. However, we do know one thing. Jaden was bragging after killing Victoria, and what he said certainly is disturbing.
Taking a picture right there.
My phone was dead. In the car.
This one's always different.
Miranda taking a picture of that day.
I don't know.
Jordan taking a picture.
I don't know. Ask them.
Well, if somebody don't know, you sure don't want to know a lot.
Okay. Sorry.
That picture, dude.
It's a serious thing.
I know this.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Somebody drove me off a cliff when I was 15, too. It took me years to walk again. I thought I was going to be paralyzed my whole life. I wasn't dead, but it was a shame, too.
I'm sorry for that.
We were just talking about what Jaden's going to be when he grows up 10 minutes ago. You know, this is like flooring me. How am I supposed to react?
What's that?
My new phone.
Okay, I just make sure your phone. This is a trick question. So what messages are on there?
What?
What messages are on there from last night?
From Jordan?
Yeah.
None that I remember. Like I said,
Well, let's take a look
when
at
he
this.
sends pictures and they go away.
As we explained, they don't always go away. On your phone?
Yeah.
What's on your phone?
What's on my phone?
That's my question. Show us what you and Jordan talked about last night. But do me a favor, so you put the phone display it down so I can see. I just want to make sure you're not deleting it.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm
I
getting apps.
understand. You're
I have to download the apps because I use my other phone.
like more than one phone.
Like I have my phone that don't work. Like I use it on Wi-Fi. That just got shut off because I just got this phone, so I have like nothing on it.
So how did you talk to Jordan last night?
On the app on my other phone, but I'm getting it on this phone right now for you.
Okay. I'll put it back down so I can see. Thank you.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, the texts have magically disappeared from Jaden's phone. Jordan, however, is happy to tell them what was said. Well, a version of what was said that makes him look good, at least.
So I kind of knew what it was about, so I kind of texted Jaden and was like, dude, something's going to happen. We're going to get caught. I said, I don't know what you want me to say, but I'm not getting in trouble for you. I said, I won't tell them, but if they ask me, I'm not going to completely lie and get myself in trouble. And then he said, okay, I'm not really worried about it. And that was the end of it. I called him yesterday in the parking lot, and that's what I said.
So you called him yesterday?
That was it. Yep, that's the last time I talked to Jaden.
Jaden say he did it?
Yeah, Jaden's told me that he did it before.
No.
And
What the girl said?
yeah, he said that in front of me.
Okay. So the girl would say,
he said, I already caught a body by the age of 16. So he more thought it was funny.
He said what?
I already got a body at the age of 16.
you think this is funny?
I don't think it's funny. I think that's the only reason why I'm telling you all this, because I think it's serious. It's very serious. Someone lost their life for someone being stupid and messing around. I have to say something because this is just me I told Bailey that I did do this with him, but I did not. I was just trying to act cool in front of her because I thought it was cool, but it's not after I realized the severity of it. And
You know who's going to beat you?
charges.
Charged with murder.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If it comes down to it, I would literally take a lie detector test for this. Like, if you guys do not believe me, I would.
Jaden's words. I caught my first body at 16. Make my stomach turn. Bragging about a woman's death? That's not just immaturity. It's a lack of humanity. Victoria's husband's pain is palpable, and it's a stark reminder of the ripple effect of this crime.
We're going to be arrested for right now. We'll be detained. We're going to take you down to JVC.
Just the prosecutor and the judge already signed off. Yeah. But you got to think about this. We have.
You know what that's doing to me? That's hitting me in the head with a log. You cannot do that.
Why would you say
Because
something
you
like
can't
that?
take him to jail. There's bad people there.
Well, there's not good people in jail.
There's bad people there.
Why did you say
can't
him
take
in the log in the head? That's
because
not
you're trying to take him away for something that you can't take.
Again, this is not me. This is the prosecutor's office. This is the actual prosecutor and the juvenile court judge. This is out of my hands. These are the elected officials doing this.
You're just gonna take him out of here with him right
Yes,
now through
right
this school?
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
It hasn't made me feel very good at all since the beginning of this, September 2nd at 6:20 when I got that phone call and I seen that lady. It has not made me feel good at all. This doesn't make me feel good.
Do you know what? I have raised this boy for 17 years by myself, and this does not make me feel good. Why would you take him out of the school like this in front of these people?
There's no
There's a car right there waiting.
He's never been away from me.
This is not my decision.
He's never been away from me. You can't just take him down there.
Yes, ma'am, we can. So stay in a please.
No, you guys.
You're going to have a court date tomorrow. Today's Thursday. So Friday he will be in front of the juvenile court judge for his arraignment. And I told Don that he needs to what he needs to do, the options he has.
You guys, please don't take him.
Grab this. Grab this. Call your Donna.
Gotcha.
Just
Give us a minute. We everybody cleared out.
Jaden, I asked them to go out and make sure there's no students out. Okay.
You're not going to put handcuffs or something on him.
Maybe that's our policy.
Oh my gosh, what a great way to start off your life when you're 17. Can't you just walk him out there? He's not a criminal.
Miss Schaefer is 46 years old.
Pardon me?
So Miss Schaefer is 46 years old.
I know how old she is. I read. What are you telling me that for?
Well, you're saying he's 17. I'm telling you Miss Schaefer is 46 years old. Just like your pun about log to the head, that was uncalled for. I have not treated you with disrespect whatsoever. Please don't treat
You're
me with
ripping me
disrespect.
apart. You just can't
Ma'am,
take
I'm not
my
doing
baby.
anything. This is the prosecutor and the judge. I am following their orders. I cannot disobey a judge. Alright, are we clear?
Sure, Dave.
But then,
Alright, turn around. We're going to back.
Oh my gosh.
tomorrow, I'll tell you, explain to you what time. Tammy, listen to me. This is important. Tammy, listen to me. Tomorrow, the arraignment will be at the juvenile court. Do you know where that's at?
No, I
Do you know where the courthouse is? It's the second floor.
The older courthouse.
And I'll find out what time it is, and I'll let you know what time to be there.
You may as well take me too, because I'm not going to have a job. I'm not going to have a roof to put over his head. I'm not going to have a paycheck.
Tammy, can I call you at that 215 number and let you know what time the arraignment's going to be? That way you can be there. You and Don. All right, are we clear?
You know, I feel really bad for this lady that's gone and her family. This is not good to do to our family.
This
is going to rip my family apart. I'm going to lose my job. I love that toy more than anything.
Tammy, I know. I want to talk to you like everybody's on. Tammy, this has nothing to do with you or to do with Don. Me and Don are old friends for a long time.
I don't care what you guys are. I don't care. I just wanted him near me, so because he's my backbone, I wanted him there just so I feel safe. Because I can't do this by myself. I work minimum wage, 2 jobs to put a roof over Jane's head. I can't leave work. I don't have time for this.
Timmy, I have never said anything to you where you didn't raise him proper or show him the right way. Because I can tell you, sitting here talking to him, he was very respectful. He was a nice kid to talk to. I don't see that a lot.
But to take him to jail without anything.
Both Jaden and Jordan were taken to a juvenile detention center, though just a few weeks later, it was decided that they would be tried as adults. They were each charged with murder, involuntary manslaughter, and reckless homicide. When faced with court, both of the teenagers took plea deals, pleaded guilty to 1 count of involuntary manslaughter each. As a result, they were both set to serve 3 years in the juvenile detention facility.
Jaden's mom breaking down as he's arrested. It's heartbreaking, but it doesn't erase Victoria's loss. Both families are torn, apart, and that's the real tragedy here. The law stepped in, but no sentence can undo the pain. This case stays with you.